I love Christmas. That's why we put our tree up on like November 15th. But I will say it kinda sucks that my favorite holiday will forever be associated with something called Santa with muscles. It's absurd. But the reason films like this exist and why they all have such ridiculous titles is because we've simply run out of Christmas movies to make. You could come up with any holiday-related plot right now, make up a title for it, and I promise you, that movie already exists. Like maybe you want to do something like, instead of Home for the Holidays, it's Homeless for the Holidays, right? A guy maybe gets laid off from his job and he's worried he's gonna lose his house, but through the magic of Christmas, oh, they already did that. Okay, well, what if instead it was about these twin girls, right? And one of them's a princess, obviously, and the other one's a baker, but through the magic of Christmas. Seriously? Oh, wait, I've got one. A postal worker. Yeah, no, I thought that sounded familiar. Nowhere is the overabundance of Christmas movies more prevalent than on the various Hallmark channels. That's right, there's 3 of them. But we're currently in the midst of their annual Countdown to Christmas, where they release a new movie every day, despite the fact that you could just watch one Hallmark Christmas movie over and over again and it would be the same experience. But you know what? It doesn't matter what I think about these films because they are a goldmine for Hallmark. I read somewhere that they bring in about $500 million every year just from cranking these things out. It's truly a factory of content, and normally you would look at a process like this and think that something so mass-produced would result in a lack of quality, but weirdly, it doesn't seem to matter with Hallmark movies. You see, unlike other movies, Christmas movies don't necessarily have to be good for people to enjoy them. They just have to make you feel good. They just have to feel like Christmas. And it seems like for a lot of people, all you need to accomplish that is 2 lead actors who meet the threshold for being attractive to fall in love in a random small town. That's Hallmark, baby. The Hallmark movie craze is so crazy that they now do fantasy Hallmark leagues. You know, like fantasy football, but instead of drafting NFL players, you draft, and this is real, a team of Christmas movies. The goal is to pick the movies that get watched the most, and apparently first place gets... gonna be hard to narrow it down here. There's a lot to choose from. You've got white couple in front of Christmas tree, white couple in front of Christmas tree, and of course, white couple in front of Christmas tree. I like how they've completely given up on even trying to make these movies look different. All right, guys, hear me out. I was thinking for the poster, we have the guy wear green and the girl wear red.
Yeah! Yes! I love it! Let's do that for all of them!
So I feel pretty good about my team. I think I'll throw double points on the shoe movie because Candace Cameron is in it and she's like the queen of Hallmark movies. Hopefully I can beat this other guy. He's got Patrick Mahomes on his team, so gonna be a tough matchup, but I think I can pull it out. I also just realized I'm like 6 weeks late to this, so even if I pick perfectly, I don't think I'll be catching up to Buster for the win anytime soon. You know what? I'm gonna say it though. This is kind of a cool thing that they put together. I'm not gonna lie. It's incredibly silly, but it's a pretty smart way to get people invested in these movies. It kind of incentivizes people who are already a fan of these movies to just have the Hallmark channel on 24/7. There's a cash prize involved. And they do stuff like this pretty regularly. Earlier this year, I remember Amanda telling me about their March Madness tournament where you could fill it out and vote for the all-time best Hallmark movie. In fact, it was while filling one out myself where I learned that Billy Ray Cyrus has been in not 1, but 2 Hallmark movies. The first one, which came out in 2009, is actually a pretty well-received movie that attempted to tackle themes like race relations and maintaining friendships through adversity. And then the second one is about Billy Ray Cyrus falling in love with his son's doctor. The other thing I learned while taking part in this tournament is that Hallmark games are a lot of fun. So I decided to make my own.
That's right, baby. It's time for Christmas Movie The Game, America's most beloved game show, premiering today for the first time. As always, I'm joined today by my lovely wife, Amanda. Amanda, word on the street is you only agreed to do this because I'm driving you to the airport later. Care to comment on that?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right, so here's how this game works. Very straightforward. I'm gonna give you 2 movies. One of them is real, one of them I made up. If you guess the one that's fake, you get a point. But if you guess wrong, I get 100 points. And there's only 4 questions, so you really don't want to get one wrong. It's gonna be pretty much impossible to catch up.
Is there a bonus round?
Yes, it's also worth 1 point. They're gonna start off pretty easy, but they get a little bit harder as they go. So let's start. Round 1, question 1. Which one of these is fake? Snow Bride, A tabloid reporter lies her way into getting invited to a family's holiday celebrations and then feels bad after falling in love with one of them? Or is it Snow White? A tabloid reporter lies her way into getting invited to a holiday party thrown by 7 polygamous dwarves and then marries all but one of them. I told you these start off easy and get harder.
You said that?
Yes.
Then I wasn't listening.
Okay, good.
Final answer, Snow White.
Yeah, you're right. That was easy. Any guesses as to which one she didn't marry out of the 7?
I don't know any of the dwarves.
Okay, that's what I thought. That one was easy. This time we're going to do sequels. Which one of these is fake? Is it A Christmas Story 2 or Santa Paws 3? Return of the Pups.
Well, A Christmas Story is a classic, and I don't think they made a second one.
You don't think they made a sequel? So that's your final answer?
Yes.
They did. They made Christmas Story 2
they did.
in 2012, 30 years after the
All the
first one
same
came out.
people? And the
None of
boy,
this-
but he's older.
Yeah, but he's still a boy. No, they made it with a bunch of different people, and no one watched it. And the people who did, they didn't like it. It has like a 37 on Rotten Tomatoes. So tough break getting the second question wrong, because as I said, they only get harder from here. Round 3 has 3 options. 2 are real, 1 is fake. Which one of these did I make up? Was it Jingle My Bells, a raunchy box office flub where Rob Schneider falls in love with a New York receptionist? Is it Elfman, a superhero movie where an elf saves a scientist from evildoers? Or is it Santa Claus versus the Devil, a title so self-explanatory that I will not explain it?
I feel like that one's real.
All right, I'll give you that one. I'll narrow it down to 2. Santa Claus
Okay.
versus the Devil is a real movie. It
Yeah.
came out in the 50s. So is it Jingle My Bells or Elfman? Which one did I make up?
What year was Jingle My Bells?
Oh, I didn't look that up. I think early 2000s.
And how much did it make?
I don't know.
And what was their budget?
And was it real?
Okay, I'm gonna go with Jingle My Bells.
Is fake?
Yes.
Yeah, good job. I made that up. The score is 2 to, unfortunately, 100 just because of the rules of the game. All right, final round. This is sort of a bonus round, but not really because there's no bonus to it. It's just different in that these are not Christmas movies. These are just various productions made by Mar Vista Entertainment, who is behind Christmas Mail, our favorite movie of all time.
I miss it.
Again, there's 3. Which one of these did I make up? Is it Avalanche Sharks? This is a movie about a bikini contest that gets interrupted by a shark avalanche. Is it Skate Boy, a short-lived animated series about a young skateboarder who finds a magical flute that unleashes an ancient evil Chinese wizard? Or is it Doggy Bee? The B is short for boogie. It's called Doggy Boogie, and it's a live-action movie about dancing dogs.
So one of them's fake?
One of them is fake.
Can we watch the other 2?
You want me to show you the trailer for the 2 that are real?
Yes,
So
and
you
then I'll
can-
decide.
I don't think that works. Do
I
it.
feel like the shark avalanche is the fake one.
You think I made up a movie about a bikini contest that gets interrupted by a shark avalanche? But is that your answer?
You giving me reverse psychology?
I'm just giving you good old-fashioned psychology.
Okay, Skate Boy you made up.
You think I made up something that involves an evil
Okay.
Chinese wizard?
Okay, first one, my final answer.
Avalanche sharks?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a trick question. They're all real.
Ah,
I know, I expected to be down 3-0 at this point, so I wanted to cheat my way into a victory, but I didn't have to. 200-2 is the final score. You want to watch the trailer for Doggy Bee? Thank you so much for coming on this year's show, Amanda. You'll be back next year, right?
maybe.
Huh?
As always, we here at Christmas Movie the Game would like to wish you a very Merry Christmas
And a Happy New.
Christmas. All right, let's make fun of some dumbass movies. I will say it wasn't as easy to find some good ones as it was last year. Last Christmas, I didn't seek out a movie to make a video about. We just found Christmas Mail and it was so insane I had to make a video about it. I had never even done a movie review on my channel before that, but as soon as I saw it, it was like, yeah, of course I'm gonna make fun of this. This year, though, has been an entirely different story. I've spent most of December so far watching various Hallmark movies and Mar Vista movies and straight-to-DVD movies, but almost every time it just goes like this. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. What a funny title. This ought to be good. The thing is, there's no shortage of bad movies, and boy have I seen my fair share of them. But a bad movie isn't necessarily interesting just because it's bad. There has to be a certain quality to it that draws you in spite of its flaws. So it's been a bit of a struggle for me to find that perfect bad Christmas movie, but I will be talking about these two. My Dad is Scrooge and Christmas Cupid's Era. Let's start with Dad. This movie has everything. Painfully bad child actors.
I just want Dad to stop being so mad.
I'm a kid.
The voiceover talents of Napoleon Dynamite, and of course, talking animals.
That's where babies come from.
So the first weird scene of this movie is when these four bullies come into a church to make fun of this kid for being in a toothpaste commercial.
It's the big Hollywood star. How about an autograph, Hollywood?
His name is Ollie, so they call him Ollywood.
See you around, Hollywood.
I don't think I get their motive here. Like, I know sometimes kids are just mean and that's all there is to it, but they're like, haha, loser. You got paid to be on television, idiot. Then we make our way home and meet the titular Scrooge dad, who can pretty much be summed up in this one line.
It's Christmas.
No, it's Wednesday.
What a savage. Daddy lives up to his name when he forecloses on this old couple's farm right before Christmas in front of his kids, who he doesn't seem to give a shit about.
These are your kids, Evie.
Are they?
So it's pretty obvious they're setting him up for like a redemption arc here, which is kind of flawed because I already hate this guy. I don't even want to see him get better. I want him to lose custody of his kids. I think everyone would be better off. So anyway, all the animals from the farm start talking now for some reason, and the plot finally kicks in when they give the kids this book. Well, I guess they don't give them the book. They just kind of say, here you go, and then the book falls on top of the bed. You may notice it is A Christmas Carol, which is funny that they would give that to him because that's what this movie is. It's just a ripoff of that, but with a talking llama, so it's fun. But this movie does have some comedy in it. Early on, the dog accidentally convinces this guy that he's a ghost, and he just believes him. He believes the dog. And so for the rest of the movie, and presumably for the rest of his life, he thinks he's dead. He thinks no one can see him, and he's just stuck in like a weird afterlife, which is kind of fucked up when you think about it that they did that to him. They kind of ruined his life, but it does lead to some pretty silly moments.
Ghost massage. Floating bacon.
I don't think anyone's laughing right now.
Anyway, they do the whole Ghost of Christmas Past thing, and the dad starts to transform a little bit, but not really. And then there's this scene where he's talking to the mom, and you're supposed to think like, oh, this is cute, they're flirting, maybe they'll get back together, but it's just really awkward.
That? Oh, yeah, that's a smile. Is this the old Evie coming back?
You're a crazy person, so this is how crazy people start, so.
You're insane. Don't touch me.
Oh, mommy, daddy love each other again.
Well, I don't think I understand this next scene. Is this little girl flirting with a goat?
Dropped your tail.
Thanks, Judge. I love you.
All right, settle down. It's just a tail.
All right, nope, I'm done. Time for Christmas Cupid's Arrow. So this movie is about a dating app called Cupid's Arrow, and it's Christmas time, so Christmas Cupid's Arrow. That's how they came up with the title. You always know a movie's gonna be good when there's like 9 different production companies involved. ITN Distribution, and also The Wonder Film as well, and Lighthouse Pictures, of course. Oh, and Shivik Entertainment, Kalispell Films, okay. Free Dolphin Entertainment. What is going on? So the main woman's friend is trying to get her to find a boyfriend, so she makes an account for her on this dating app. So she gets a couple matches, and there's a montage where she's going on dates with 3 of them. And there's no subtlety in this movie either. Like, all 3 of these guys are just over the top awful.
Do you mind if I order the steak?
Why would I mind?
Just wanted to make sure you could afford it.
And you're paying for this, right? Because I'm a bad guy. I'm not gonna pay for it.
What do we get when we cross the engine from a 67 Harley, Ducati forks, and carbon fiber?
I like motorcycles. But I don't really care about any of that because the real star of the movie is this guy. This is a really great scene when we meet his daughter.
What's a date?
A what?
A date.
Where did you hear that from?
Who the fuck told you about dates? It's not like she was like, Dad, what's a dick? She's asking about dates.
A date is when 2 grown-ups go out and they have fun together.
Like the zoo?
Yes.
Or the movies?
Yeah.
Or the movie?
Yeah.
Do you go on dates?
No, I don't go on dates right now.
Why not?
Because I already have a pretty lady in my life.
Why did he say it like that? So weird.
That's right, it's you.
Don't worry, I'm almost done. This is the last scene I'm going to show you. This is what made me want to talk about this movie. This awkward-ass exchange between that guy and the girl from earlier. They both work at the same school and kind of know each other, but it really accelerates when they find out they're the only two people on this party planning committee.
Just us?
Oh,
I wasn't.
My vote is to have it be formal but not black tie, because that way women don't feel forced into wearing long gowns. It's kind of fun to wear something short.
Yeah, I would always err on the side of wearing something shorter as opposed to longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I like skirts.
Tell me one bad Christmas song.
Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas by Paul McCartney is the worst song ever.
Oh, okay, first of all, Sir Paul McCartney.
Oh, well, that's,
And he gets a pass. He wrote Yesterday, All Sins Are Forgiven.
No, he didn't. John wrote Yesterday. Yes.
Planet you on. No,
the planet that the
It
Beatles...
is Paul. It's Paul.
Oh, all right.
It is Paul, and I feel so sad that you don't know that.
We're going to have to agree to disagree.
I guess
I'm
so.
right.
Okay.
But,
I'm down.
Is this flirting? I'm almost 100% certain that this whole scene was improvised, because who would write this?
I'm sorry, did you just make an It reference?
Yeah, I've seen the movie.
Oh, okay. Did you read the book?
Yeah, when I was a kid. You?
Yeah, I read a couple of his books.
Which ones?
Oh, let me think. All of them twice.
He is the reason that I read as a child. He was my everything.
Yes, me too.
Obsessed with him.
Totally.
Stephen King is the reason you read as a child? What fucking kid is reading Stephen King books?
All of them twice.
All right, I'm not gonna bore you with the rest of the movie. It's not good. And I don't think I can watch another second of it. I think my personal journey I went on this month through dozens of hammy Christmas movies only to determine that these two are the best I could find has more than anything else just made me realize how special Christmas mail is. It's the kind of thing that only comes around once in a lifetime, and it's important we grab onto it and celebrate the joy that it's brought us all. And go rewatch my video. And I think ultimately, while stories of unexpected love and the rekindling of family bonds are nice, for me they just don't quite capture the true essence of Christmas. Consumerism, which is why today's video is sponsored by... Hey guys, welcome back to the present. Unless of course you're watching this in the future, in which case, welcome to the past. So Christmas is in 329 days. What better time to make a video about it? I'm sorry, I racked my brain trying to come up with a different topic for this. I saw a lot of you guys asking me to make a video about the Hype House show on Netflix, so I turned it on and then blacked out after about 4 seconds and woke up in my bathtub covered in sweat. I thought about doing one about Elmo's beef with that rock, but that would have been like a minute long. I thought about coming on here and admitting that I don't care what clothes the green M&M is wearing, I still want to have sex with it. But then I thought about it some more and I realized that a lot of people had to reschedule Christmas activities this year because there was this mysterious virus going around. I don't know if you've heard of it. So if you're anything like me, you had to do all that stuff in the middle of January, sort of a Christmas 2.0, if you will. So think of that as what this video is, a second chance at Christmas, which I would like to copyright because that's a great title for a Hallmark movie. Never mind, I just Googled it. Apparently there's like 4 of those. Anyway, the movies I'm going to be talking about today are called No Sleep Till Christmas and Holly's Holiday. The two things these films have in common is that the plots are ridiculous, and they're also not really Christmas movies in spite of how they're marketed. They just take place in December. But I digress. Let's start with No Sleep Till Christmas. This movie made me so angry that by the end, Amanda and I were practically screaming at our television. Without spoiling too much, because I want you to discover the madness as I did, one of the main characters gets completely fucked over despite doing nothing wrong, and then the movie ends. And then to make it even worse, the reviews are mostly positive. People love it. This person watched it 3 times. This person liked it, but then watched it again and didn't like it, which is kind of a weird way to judge a movie, but go off, sis. Another thing real quick, when we first started watching this, I saw in the opening credits that 2 people had the same last name, so I assumed, oh, that must be her brother. And I continued to think that they were siblings until a little too far into the movie. They're married, so
Probably not brother and sister. Hey, speaking of getting married, this movie is about Lizzie, whose wedding is coming up in about 6 weeks, which means it's time to start planning. Look, I'm no wedding expert. I've only been married once, but that is too late to start planning. Oh shit, babe, our wedding's tomorrow. Should we start inviting people? And even though Lizzie is an expert event planner,
We're supposed to be one of Chicago's leading event planning companies.
I know.
she has no ideas for the wedding, and she is so stressed out about it she can't sleep. She's tried everything, reading books, throwing books on the ground, counting sheep.
1,000 sheep.
But even after this hilarious insomnia montage, nothing's working. It's important to point out, her fiance Josh is extremely loving and supportive. He stays up with her, he takes her to a sleep clinic, he sends her flowers at work. Really, he's an all-around great guy who's got his shit together and loves Lizzie, which is why it's confusing when the movie seemingly introduces another love interest. Unlike Josh, Billy is a lazy, unambitious alcoholic who is currently burning a turkey, stepping on a pie, and getting dumped.
I don't think this is working.
This guy sucks. Sure wouldn't make any sense if the main character ended up choosing him over Josh. I wonder if she will. Side note, have you ever noticed how often in movies someone burns a turkey on Thanksgiving? No offense to anyone who's done that before, but to me, this seems practically impossible unless you accidentally set the oven to like 900 degrees. It takes so long to cook one that usually by the time it's halfway done, I'm finished with all the other sides. Everyone is starving and now pretty much only waiting on the turkey, so we're essentially huddled around the oven hoping if we stare at it hard enough, the top will turn brown. How do people burn turkeys? I don't get it. Anyway, we learn that this guy can't sleep either, so I guess that similarity will eventually become the cornerstone of their relationship.
Yeah, man, you just need to learn how to sleep.
If I don't get any sleep, it's gonna ruin everything.
Not even super mega baseball can knock this guy out. So he goes for a run while she goes for a drive, which is an unbelievably dangerous thing to do while sleep deprived, especially when the goal is to fall asleep. I mean, that seemed inevitable. Hey, wait a minute. That's not Billy. Unfortunately, they both survived the accident, so she had to take him to the hospital where they bicker in the parking lot before falling asleep?
Did I just sleep?
I can't believe I actually slept. This is life-changing. Now she has ideas for the wedding, and he's able to dodge this glass. What the? But sure enough, nighttime rolls around, and they can't fall asleep. They need each other. How romantic? Isn't the right word. Bizarre. I was gonna say bizarre. So she meets back up with him, and this is where the movie starts abusing the hell out of the slept together joke.
In the car, the night we
Slept together?
But not like that. So he becomes something of a sleep prostitute for her, in that she pays him money to, you know.
Will you please try to sleep with me again?
But not like that.
And even if it works now, what happens after you're married? Are you just gonna keep sleeping with this other guy?
No, sir, it's not like that. So every night she sneaks out, meets up with the guy she hit with her car, so they can sleep in the same hotel bed together. That's right. In addition to paying him money, she's also spending hundreds of dollars a night on a hotel room. In typical rom-com fashion, you see them act progressively flirtier with each other, only in this movie, it's weird as fuck because she's literally engaged, and we're supposed to be rooting for this? How about figure something else out?
Are you sure this isn't getting out of hand?
What are you talking about? We're just sleeping together. Oh my god.
No, it's not like that. Then there's the boner scene. And this one.
Can you sit on Uncle Billy's lap?
Please don't do that. Please don't sit on his lap for several minutes. You might be wondering where her fiance is in all of this. At least she told him about it, right? No, it's a secret. He's just working at the hospital, saving up money for their wedding. Sometimes he works overnight, which is great for Lizzie because she doesn't have to come up with a lie. And you can see how this movie doesn't really work as a typical rom-com because as they continue to go through the motions, I'm just wincing the whole time. I'm waiting for, at the very least, Josh to fuck up in some major way that warrants this monumental backstabbing. But as far as I can tell, the only flaw he has is that his mom is kind of overbearing. So I don't know, talk about it. Also, a lot of it is her fault. She overslept one day and ended up in jail. She's distracted because she's thinking about Billy.
Oh, yeah.
This woman is a villain! Why is she the main character? Another example, while her trusting fiance sits at home working on their wedding playlist, she goes out to her bachelorette party and decides, hey, we're all drunk, let's go to Billy's bar. Oh. Are they gonna do a romantic karaoke duet now? Yes.
Bells were ringing out.
Of course they are.
I built my dreams around you.
They're falling in love. Just fucking tell Josh already so you can quit wasting his time. Oh, you're jealous that Billy's back with his ex now? You don't get to be. As the saying goes, you can't have your cake and cheat on your fiance.
So, who's responsible for this new Billy then? Did you meet someone, or?
He's sleeping with someone, but he's not seeing her.
Okay. Well, it sounds really bad when you put it like that.
I feel much better about sleeping with you now that you're seeing somebody else.
But not like that. As you can imagine, when Josh finally finds out, he is pissed.
Billy makes me sleep.
What?
But he's so willing to understand what's going on that he offers to bring them to a sleep clinic to prove that they can fall asleep next to each other and they're not actually just making sweet, sweet hotel love every night.
Lazy slob.
I know. I'm sorry for all of this.
Yeah, definitely apologize to him, not the guy you're marrying in 4 days.
Turn the lights down low. I can feel you breathe slow.
I think that should prove that you're not fucking. Just sing flirtily to each other while he watches from the other room.
Well, they're asleep.
Merry Christmas.
Well, I guess it is a Christmas movie. He even got her a Christmas gift. A pillow with a photo of them. Josh is gonna love having that right on the bed. Oh boy. Everyone's in town for the wedding. That's a whole lot of people whose time would have been severely wasted were things to take an unexpected turn.
Honor and protect him as long as you both shall live.
Lizzie.
Oh, okay, now she can fall asleep in front of her fiance. As long as it's at her wedding while standing up.
What do you mean you haven't been sleeping well? I thought you've been sleeping fine.
Josh, please, not now.
Not now, Josh. We wouldn't want you to make a scene, Josh.
I guess the honest answer is no.
I hate you so much.
I really wish I'd left you in jail.
That's more like it. So she goes out and steals the just married car and uses it to try to find Billy, who's now aimlessly jogging through Chicago. Oh, a happy ending. No.
I'm so horrible.
You know, maybe if he cheated on her or lied to her over and over again, or, you know, did the things that she did to him, then maybe we wouldn't be so resentful towards the two main characters. I don't know. Just a thought. Doesn't matter. I'm clearly taking this too seriously. As a wise woman once said, it only a movie.
He said it. He said the thing.
I remember that from the last video. Up next is another Mar Vista classic, Holly's Holiday. Believe it or not, the most uncomfortable part of this movie is not even that it's about mannequins coming to life and getting humans to fall in love with them, but rather this weird incel behavior that's both encouraged and rewarded by one of the male leads. But I'm getting ahead of myself. This is the first line of the movie, and I think it sets the tone for everything we're about to see.
There's only a few more weeks till Christmas and there's still no snow. Sad.
Sad. Always have your characters say the emotion they're feeling. That's effective dialogue. Much like in the last movie, a large portion of the plot is based around the main characters having to do something that should have been taken care of months ago. Holly's a graphic designer, and she and her team have to work up until Christmas Eve to finish an ad campaign that's supposed to go live on Christmas. I will not stand for this plot device. First of all, that design would have been done in like September. Second of all, why is the ad campaign starting on Christmas? Is that when everyone does their holiday shopping? The day they're supposed to already have the gift? Shut up, Hollywood. You don't know shit about the real world.
I guess I shouldn't complain. I mean, I kind of have the perfect life. The only thing I don't have is him.
Everyone in this movie is so horny for mannequins. Have you ever looked at a mannequin and thought, oh, if only I could date you? The things I would do to that hunk of plastic.
Come to Uber with me tonight and you'll see a whole room full of walking, talking mannequins.
Great.
If you're looking to meet him,
Tonight's your chance.
Don't worry, you'll meet guys like this tonight at Club Oov.
Oov? What's Oov?
New York's hottest club is...
So Holly and her coworker Milo are working on this ad campaign, and he's really pushing for something different from the norm.
Showing love in all the traditional
Unexpected
ways.
places.
All right.
The love that I know, it's flawed.
Instead of two people kissing in front of a Christmas tree, what if they were screaming at each other at a macaroni grill? That's real love, Holly. That's what sells diamonds. And like, I'm all for out-of-the-box thinking, but no. Just take a picture of a ring and go home.
We're selling them these unattainable, unrealistic lies.
Yeah. That's what a marketing department does. Really, this dialogue is just here to plant the seeds that while you're out there chasing perfection, there's a perfectly good guy standing right here.
And I think that if you look hard enough, that you can find the sweetness and the beauty.
Sure, maybe my body has a few too many orifices for your liking, but that's not always a bad thing.
Hey. You look really great.
Thanks.
Later, when he surprises her at the club, this is how he announces his presence.
What?
And the rest of the time when they interact, it's so awkward.
Say ooh.
Weirdly pivotal scene in the movie, by the way. You'll see why later. Then this happens when they walk home.
Oh.
Yeah.
I should go.
Yeah, okay.
Excuse me. Do I go around?
I should.
I wish I could do that to you. What? Nothing. The next day, she trips over some carolers, falls on her face, and wakes up to a real-life Prince Charming. And just like the season 4 runner-up of American Idol, his name is Beau.
I'm Beau.
And he's the perfect guy. Handsome, charitable, causes scenes in restaurants, tall. He even has an awesome apartment.
If you're gay, you can just tell me. It's fine. We can be friends.
I'm not gay. And I'd rather not just be friends.
Could not have said that in a creepier way.
Would you look at that? Our lips fit perfectly together.
Seems like you're missing a lot of red flags here, Holly. Maybe the guy who only wears V-necks isn't as bad as I thought. Like, come on, is he trying to look like Shaggy? So Milo is clearly being set up as the guy who's really the one for her. He may not have perfect face, but they're still meant for each other. She just, you know, hasn't figured it out yet.
You know what? Don't worry about it. You probably wouldn't have liked the art show that much anyway.
Actually, I'm not sure if you know what I like.
I think I know what you like.
Yeah, I think I know you better than you know you, Holly. We've been working together for a couple months now, and you've only been you your entire life.
She just seems pretty wrapped up in a guy that she just met. She's not texting me back in a timely fashion. Well, maybe I'm just a little too complicated for you.
Is he right about Beau having some underlying baggage? Yeah. But that's just because he's a mannequin come to life. Lucky guess, Milo.
You're blind to the fact that something better, dare I say, perfect. You know, it could be standing right in front of you.
Seems like any woman who doesn't want to date this guy is really missing out.
What?
Can I have a bagel?
Yeah.
Anyway, Beau's cracks start to show, and not the one crack I'd actually like to see. He's a little too neat, and he keeps giving toasts for some reason, and he brought his parents to her house without telling her, and he dresses like Jake from State Farm. He even actively sabotages her career by canceling a photo shoot last minute. Really, he doesn't have any redeeming qualities other than being conventionally attractive. It's kind of weird that she even puts up with his strange bullshit for so long, but I guess that's the point, that we overrate hotness as a society where we live.
Hands. They're freezing. Let me warm them up.
Now, you may remember earlier when I said that mannequins come to life, I did mean to use the plural version of that word because there's another one. Yep, Beau's ex-girlfriend gets into the mix and she's crazy. She knocked over a Christmas tree on top of that poor woman. This is a disaster. At least Holly still has Milo to psychoanalyze her.
The real you is so much more interesting than you think. You're just so wrapped up in what everybody else thinks you don't notice.
He gets to come out of this situation as the hero in kind of a hilarious way.
Think you can make something work?
I always do, don't I?
He's like, don't worry. I know the two mannequins screwed up the shoot, but I'll pull something together. I'll fix it. And then Holly and Dina are blown away by what he's able to accomplish.
He sent over mock-ups from the shoot. Oh, check that out.
Oh, that Milo's a miracle worker.
Wow. He photoshopped the name of the diamond company on top of the picture? That must have taken him not that long, probably. Which we know it didn't because only like 20 minutes has passed.
I'm amazing, actually.
So Holly goes ahead and breaks things off with the human sex doll.
Do you know how many times I've stubbed my toe on my couch since you moved it?
Now Milo has a chance.
Go kiss her, Milo. Come on.
I like to kiss.
Milo!
Again? I kissed you in your sleep.
Where am I?
In the hospital. You fell on your way to work a couple days ago and you whacked your head on the sidewalk.
A couple days ago?
Wait, what? So none of that actually happened?
Yeah.
I would just like to point out that she goes into a coma here, 20 minutes into the movie. Then a bunch of dream bullshit happens and she wakes up 56 minutes later. That's basically the whole movie. Side note, is it like a rule that if you get knocked unconscious, you have to get knocked unconscious again in whatever dream you're having in order to be sent back? It's a good thing she's so clumsy. Otherwise, she might have been stuck in there forever.
You are more than welcome to stay again tonight, Mr. Maddox.
Mr. Maddox?
Yes, dear?
You stayed with me?
Yes, of course I did, sweetheart.
All right.
I told them that we were married so they would let me stay.
Oh, while she was sleeping, he got to roleplay as her husband. Is that not weird?
Yeah.
All right, but you ready for this, guys? You ready for the big reveal? They have worked the entire movie towards coming up with the photo for this ad campaign. And finally, after deleting what they did while she was asleep, Holly finds the perfect one.
What picture is this?
Oh, that's our hands. It's us.
The accidental photo from earlier that he made his desktop background. So let me get this straight. They're just co-workers. They've known each other for a couple months. They're not boyfriend and girlfriend. They don't date. He accidentally took a photo of them touching hands. She found out that he made that his desktop background, and she's not like, that's kind of creepy. Instead, she just makes out with his forehead. Whatever. That's not even the best part. Look what she does to it. Look at the fucking ring. It looks so bad. And then the movie just kind of ends. There are 0 more words spoken. I don't know what they'd even be saying here. And that's Brandy, and that's Bo. They're my friends from my dream. Bo came to life and fell in love with me, but I broke up with him to be with you. I guess they're back together now. Hey, where are you going? The end. I'd like to point out that the only reason we watched this movie was because we had watched the trailer. But if you've seen the trailer, then you've seen the movie, because they basically spoil everything that happens. Even the stupid ring. So that's what I've been up to. Just watching Christmas movies. Oh my God, tomorrow is February. Hey, let's hear a word from today. Hey guy, it's that time of year again where I watch 31 different Christmas movies until I finally find one that's good enough to talk about in a YouTube video, but then realize I took too long and I don't even upload it in time for Christmas. Happy holidays. I think part of the reason it took me so long this year is because there's too many places to watch them. Netflix, Peacock, Hallmark Movies Now. Okay, but what do you do if you're trying to get in the Christmas spirit, but you don't want to waste any money on another subscription service? Pirate one? Partake in theft? No thanks, that's illegal. The good news is you don't have to pay to watch Christmas movies as long as you lower your expectations as far as humanly possible, because some of the absolute worst of them are for free to watch on this very website. Now you have to stay vigilant because sometimes the titles will fool you. I got so excited when I saw the Polar Express full movie that I stopped reading right there and never saw the word game. Made for a slightly different, although not necessarily worse viewing experience.
My ticket, it's gone! I lost my ticket!
You also have to be careful of something even more nefarious, liars. Christmas at the Plaza, full Best Hallmark Romantic Movies 2022. New Hallmark Romance Movie 2022. Perfect, that sounds like an enjoyable, high-quality movie experience. Oh God. This is hurting my ears. Okay, so to avoid getting their video taken down for copyrighted music, they had the option to mute the song, or they could do what they did, which was play another song over it. Bold strategy. Let's see if it pays off.
The club isn't the best place to find a lover, so the bar.
It's not. It's not paying off.
I'm hurting, baby.
This is so fucking funny to me. The audio is all out of sync. They have to zoom in and rotate the shot every 5 seconds, and they're playing weird covers of Ed Sheeran songs over the Christmas music. At a certain point, if you have to make a movie this unwatchable just to get around community guidelines, it's kind of not worth it anymore. One of my favorite things about finding these movies on YouTube is getting to read all the comments, because people are so easily impressed. As long as the movie doesn't look and sound like this, they will treat it as if it represents the pinnacle of filmmaking. Take Deck the Heart, for example. This was uploaded just a couple months ago. It already has 1 million views. People love this movie. On YouTube. On IMDb, different story, but on YouTube, it's great upload, no zooming problems, no sound problems, shit, instant classic. Their standards are so low that as long as the movie isn't sitting at a 70-degree angle in the corner of the screen, we might as well contact the Oscar. It's like the movie equivalent of saying, dude, you gotta try the new restaurant down the street. I went there last night, and I almost didn't even throw up. Almost. I think the thing that makes Deck the Heart so fun to watch for me is how the low budget completely ruins the entire conceit of the movie. So it's about this guy whose grandpa dies, R.I.P. Grandpa, this one's for you, and he inherits his lake house with one condition. He has to host Christmas for the whole family there, just like Grandpa used to.
I assume your mom explained the stipulation of your inheritance, right?
To host Christmas?
Yes.
Yes.
Unfortunately, this dumb idiot doesn't know the first thing about hosting a Christmas. He's too busy working his vague business job, answering phone calls, and doing emails, even during the holidays. So he hires this woman named Mary to plan the party, decorate the house, and make enough food for like 15 people. Now, I want to play a little game with you called How Much Money Do You Think He's Going to Pay Her to Do This? I want you to stop and think about the scope of the job that I just described, and then come up with a number in your head of what you think this kind of job is worth. Go ahead and write it down in the comments if you want to lock in your answer. You got it? All right, let's find out how much he pays her.
Does 12 work for you?
12 instead of 10? Sure.
No, $12,000.
$12,000.
$12,000?
He pays her $12,000 to hang up a few ribbons and cook a meal. And you might be thinking, okay, well, some of that is budgeting in the cost of supplies. No. He gives her his credit card. Her take home is 12 grand. Can I do next year's party? I would settle for half that. See, but going back to what I was saying earlier, the problem with this being the plot of the movie is that she ends up spending the entire length of it, which is about 3 weeks of real time, decorating the house. She's working sunset to sunrise. She's working weekends. She's pouring her blood, sweat, and tears into this holiday decor. So by the end of the movie, you're kind of expecting something spectacular, right? Something that would warrant her paycheck and the amount of time invested. Or, at the very least, that she would have finished decorating the kitchen cabinets instead of stopping halfway through.
The house looks marvelous.
Hey, we can see it too, right? She clearly just hung up one thing from Hobby Lobby and called it a day.
But you're really good at what you do, Mary.
It's not really work to me.
Well, that's probably because you're not actually doing that much. I feel like this movie is gaslighting me. Why is everyone so impressed by tinsel? Actually, in an attempt to solve the age-old problem of viewers having eyeballs, the director does something really fun where they constantly choose not to show us stuff. Big reveal at the end of the movie, balcony lights, she's been working on these all month, and it's out of frame. Well, at least we get to see everyone's reaction to it. They also talk about the game room incessantly.
Well, I have some work to do, so I'll be in the game room. And you know what? It might be easier if you just come in through the game room.
Enter through the game room downstairs.
Oh, you have a game room?
Yes.
They mention it so much, I'm surprised it's not listed as a credited character. And yet, I could not tell you what 75% of this room looks like.
Welcome to the game room.
Cozy. I like it.
Some of my best family memories were made here.
Can we see it?
Impressive.
This room has an endless supply of snacks during the holidays. People get lost down here for hours.
Sounds really fun. Can we see it?
No, not at all.
What's that thing they teach you in film school? Why show something when you can simply describe it? Speaking of describing, I love when he gives her a tour of the house and overly explains what every room does.
This is the kitchen and dining room.
Obviously.
Linen closet.
Obviously.
This is the foyer. It's the main entrance to the house. Everybody comes and goes through here.
Obviously.
Oh, so people walk through the door to get inside. Gotcha. What? But how do they get back out? Believe it or not, same door. No way, it does both? Also, is anyone gonna explain to me why he had to change his pants halfway through the tour? Be honest. Did you piss yourself? Overall, this is a boring ass movie, but I do want to point out some of my personal highlights. During what's supposed to be an emotional moment early on, this is a real sound effect that is actually in the movie.
My parents never really got into birthdays or the holidays or anything, so I was always left up to my own devices for them.
That's so sad.
Promise me when I'm gone, you'll take care of my family.
It's fine. It's fine, really.
You already had an audience there. You could have just had them go, oh. I like the scene where Chris tries one of the meals Mary is proposing to make for Christmas.
I can see it in your eyes. You're disappointed in something.
Yeah, to be fair, if I paid someone $12,000 and they made me chicken and broccoli, I'd be pretty disappointed too. I like when he picks up her parents at the airport and it looks like they're outside of a prison. Every transition shot in this movie is stock footage and none of it goes together. This sequence right here is 3 different cities during 3 different seasons. All right, and then we're gonna use an establishing shot of Bluegrass Grill in Chattanooga before heading inside a coffee shop called Sweetwater's. One of the most positive comments I'm seeing a lot under this video is how much chemistry the actors have, which is funny because they don't. Mary, look, I'm wearing a glove.
What are you doing?
Setting lights up on the roof?
Why?
Because it's my job.
Wow. What a script, huh? So the main guy, Chris, in this movie is played by someone named Joe Kurak, and he is my new favorite actor. He is so funny. He's like if someone 3D printed a human being.
No, please don't tell anyone, please.
What happened?
He's like if John Hamm and a dog had a baby.
I appreciate dinner and dessert, especially dessert. He even made a gingerbread house one year.
He sort of walks around like he just learned how to a few days ago. Every line is delivered like he's in an entirely different movie than everyone else.
Thaddeus is my cat.
Your cat? I quit. I know.
Joe Kurak is my hero, and at this point, I had to find more movies with him in it. Now, in my search for more Joe, I stumbled across a YouTube channel called Encourage TV, and I gotta say, this is one of the weirdest channels on this entire website. There are days where they upload multiple full-length movies. I'm talking feature-length films with actors and production teams posted on YouTube for free that will end up with like 600 views. Where are they getting the money to make all of these? It makes no sense. Now, to be fair, some of these are a little misleading. They have a whole series of wiki films, which is where an AI voice spends 2 hours reading someone's Wikipedia page. So if you're trying to learn about New York in the least interesting way possible, I definitely recommend this video.
In fiscal year 2013-14, Wall Street security.
Ooh, The Bill Collector, a cheerful comedy with Danny Trejo. That sounds like just the kind of light and funny Christmas movie I'm in the mood for. It's neither cheerful nor comedic. We've got Renfro's White Christmas. This one is set in the 1930s, and I really love what they did to make this an authentic period piece. All of the microphones they use are fucking terrible. Huh? What? But as bizarre as 98% of their catalog is, every so often they'll upload a Christmas movie that will immediately get a shit ton of views. This time, it's Christmas at the Holly Hotel, starring, of course, our dear friend Joe. And say it with me, she has a job in New York City, but for Christmas, she goes back to her small town, where she falls in love with the guy she just met, so she quits her job and stays there forever. I've never seen anything like it! This time, Joe is a cop named Officer Matthew.
Just Matthew.
Sorry, just Matthew. And in classic meet-cute fashion, he pulls her over for reckless driving. If you look even closer than that, you may see that I wasn't even moving at all. Write that down. My car was parked. Can't be speeding when your car's parked.
I'm Kathy, by the way.
I hate that she's making me side with the cop here, but like if she was going 28 and a 25 and he pulled her over, you know, that's pretty negligible. But she was going double the speed limit. It's the holidays. There are still laws in December. Christmas isn't The Purge. Yeah, big deal. So maybe I killed a pedestrian. You're gonna put me in jail the day Santa's coming to town? For pretty much the entire movie, she will just not let this go. Now, do you think this guy only plays characters that have a weirdly close relationship with one of their grandparents?
I was in the dining room with him. He was one good-looking man.
Grandma!
He was 15 before I convinced him that there was no such thing.
Grandma!
He could be the one.
Actually, everyone around her keeps demanding that she fall in love with him.
Stood you up? Did you see the way he took care of his grandmother last night?
Grandma!
That boy's a keeper cat.
So after being coerced by her family and friends into giving a second chance to the cardboard cutout who stood her up yesterday, she hung up on her. It's gotta be the most unrealistic trope in all these Christmas movies, right? Is the friend who only ever has good things to say about the man the main character's interested in. Kathy, if you don't quit your job and marry this man tomorrow, I can't be your friend anymore, and then I'll die. Is that what you want for me? You know I only exist through the prism of your love life. Now, Kathy's the only one being smart about this. She's resisting the urge to drop everything in her life just because she met a handsome man. But her friend, her parents, even mischievous Grandma Williams will not take no for an answer.
Grandma Williams.
She went behind their backs to force them onto a horse-drawn carriage driven by, for some reason, two different men. That's not the same guy from the wide shot.
It's a beautiful day.
Come on, it's a beautiful day. The sun's not out. We're freezing to death. Couldn't ask for better weather. See each other again.
Goodbye, Matthew. Wait, what are you doing tomorrow?
They are gonna see each other again.
I don't know.
She just can't resist this guy and his endless charm. I mean, can you blame her though? He's always saying normal person things.
You are such a scientist. You might be beautiful.
But of course, right when things are coming together for them, disaster strikes.
We've decided to offer you the job. Pack your bags and head to the airport.
My dream job? But it's Christmas. Now, that's actually a pretty shitty thing for the company to do. She made it very clear what her availability was during the interview, and already they're ignoring that and pressuring her to abandon her family plans and fly to New York on a holiday. She hasn't even started working for them yet, and already they're violating her boundaries, which doesn't bode well for their future employment relationship. However, it's not like she articulates anything like that. Everything in her life is now centered around I can't give up on that for my career.
And in New York, just never felt like home no matter how long I lived there.
Of course not. You can't create a new life away from your hometown. If you move away from the city where your parents live, you will be miserable and you will regret it. This is also the part of the movie where Grandma Williams' true colors come out.
Things didn't work.
United States?
Matthew, Mr. President.
It's nice meeting you, Matthew.
I love you too.
They're saying I love you and they haven't even kissed yet? No. No!
Will you marry me?
He proposed? It's been 5 days!
Yes, I would love nothing more.
Not surprised she said yes. At this point, she's already given up everything else in her life. What if after all that, they finally kissed and were like, actually, that was kind of gross. Can I have that ring back? Fine, yeah, take it. I gotta get my job back. Look, I like love as much as the next guy. I also don't think your career has to be your #1 priority at all times. But that's 2 movies in a row where one of the main characters quits their job on a whim to be with someone they just met. Like, can we stop to think about what's gonna happen after the credits roll? You gonna pay the bills in kisses? Like, I think Joe's really gonna regret blowing 12 grand on one party when he runs out of money in 3 months. Like, I'm a sucker for a good romance story. I'm a regular guy.
I'm just a regular guy.
But it always drives me crazy when there's no practicality involved. Like, we're just gonna drop everything else in our lives and prioritize this brand new relationship. Of course you feel that way in the moment. Of course it seems like a good idea at first, but they don't know anything about each other. Anyway, I watched some other movies too, but they were all so bad. It's not even worth talking about. Santa's Boot Camp started off strong, but then it got really boring and I just had to skip to the end.
I have a gift for you.
To show you that bad kids can be nice.
I don't have feelings for Christy North.
Hope for Christmas, a Pastor Greg reboot. Not as good as the title makes it seem like it would be. Going into it, I was like, oh, this is the perfect movie. It's 40 minutes long. I love that. So efficient. Why go watch new Avatar, 3-hour movie, when I could stay home and watch this movie 5 times? But then I spent the whole runtime just being confused about what the hell was going on. Why is everyone in this town so obsessed with shopping sprees? What is happening to this boy?
And why are there so many pivotal moments that have no sound? Here, let me fix it.
It's how you do it that defines it.
Now that's moving. Well, I'd love to stay and talk more about Christmas and the film industry as a whole, but my family's in town. You know how it is. I gotta go cheer up my cousin.
Hey buddy, what's wrong? Christmas is over and I don't have any more presents.
Oh. Well, do you want to play with any of your presents? You got like a ton of Legos.
I will, it's just, you know, my favorite part is opening the boxes, and now there's none left.
Yeah, that's a bummer, all right. But you know, if you wanted another box to open, you could always order today's sponsor, HelloFresh.
Really?
Yep, they send you a box of food to your door every week.
Really?
That's right, they bring it to you. Do you want to know what's in the box?
No.
Oh. Why? I still have to tell everyone.
Right,
contractually, you have to explain.
Yeah.
Rich, sexy, ugly, baby, kinda love me, kinda hate me, fit, ask your lady, oh my god, I'm almost famous. Rich, sexy, ugly, baby, these bitches still can't take me. There's still no money, but fuck you, pay me.